So what's really going on in New York City? Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Danielle Corinne 999 here, and I'm so glad to have you. This is the channel where we talk about just sharing love, light, peace, prosperity, success for chosen ones. Okay? This video is not going to be all love and light. What is going on in New York City? So for those of you who live in New York City, or you've ever visited New York City, or I've lived in New York City all my life, so I feel like I have the right to talk about it, to talk about how New York City is being ran. And New York is going down, in my opinion. I'm giving it 2 thumbs down right now because of what's going on. I mean, there's a lot going on in New York City. I tell my children all the time, I'm like, New York City's like becoming like Gotham City from Batman. Every man for himself. And I say that to say this. So I was in a car accident not too long ago. So this is what happened to my car. Yeah. Thank God I wasn't severely injured or anything like that. But my car is very badly damaged. My back tire is bent. I mean, it's pretty banged up. My car is pretty banged up. So what happened was, I'm on my way to a funeral. I was actually going to go on my way to pick up my oldest daughter, and we were going to go to a funeral. 9:30 in the morning on a Saturday morning. And I'm just driving regular. I was not even that far from my house. Literally maybe about less than a mile away from my house. Less than a mile away from my house. And I'm driving. You know, I got all the green lights. I'm just going, and boom! This guy just comes bolting at me. He's driving a minivan. As you guys can see, I drive a coupe, a little small coupe, little small sports coupe, and he comes just, I mean, hauling towards me. And I see him. That's the thing. I see him, but it was too late for me to speed up, or I think I might have tried to accelerate a little bit, but I was behind other people. I couldn't go too far, too fast. And he just came bolting at me. And, you know, I was just all shooken up. I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I do? I haven't had an accident in over 20 years. I have not had a car accident. Thank God, knock on wood, I have not had an accident. And so I didn't know, you know, what to do. And I was just so upset that first of all, he ran a red light. I really wanted to beat him up. I kid you not. I swear I wanted to just wring his neck and be like, you didn't see the light? I mean, he was speeding. So the first thing I do is call the police. I'm in the middle of the road. I'm in the middle of this intersection. Everybody's driving past me. Man, were you okay? Are you okay? That's one thing. You know, in New York City, they say we're rude here, but there's some nice people here. You know, a lot of people kept asking me, am I okay? Am I okay? Am I okay? I don't know if they saw the accident. I don't know if they just saw me in the middle of the road. I don't know. But, you know, when things like that happen, everything kind of like moves in slow motion. You really don't know what's going on. So my phone was on the floor, on the passenger side, because it was in the middle, you know, the console thing, you know, where the cup holder is. And because of the impact, everything shifted. Everything just flew to the passenger side. So I had to get out and go get my phone off the floor on the passenger side. And I immediately called 911. So this is the first thing. New York City is going down. What is happening, New York? What is going on? So I called 911. My first instinct. They tell me. Now, please comment down below if you've experienced this, because like I said, I haven't had an accident in over 20 years. And the last time I had an accident, I called the police and they came to the scene. This police officer said, ma'am, are you hurt? And at the time, my adrenaline was rushing. I didn't feel like I was hurt. But I know they always say to go get checked out anyway. But I'm on my way to a funeral. I was supposed to meet my sister, my daughter. So I had a lot, I'm just like, I had obligations that I felt like, I probably was putting myself on the back burner because I wanted to get to where I was going. And I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to go on an ambulance or anything. I still want to kind of make it to the funeral. Maybe, maybe not. And I was battling with that. But then I said, no, I'm okay. So this is what the police officer asked me. Ma'am, are you hurt? I said, was anybody hurt? She says. And I said, no. So she says, is there smoke coming out of anybody's car? And I said, no. She said, is there any leaks coming out of anybody's car? And I said, no. And at the time, I didn't really examine my car fully. I just was in an accident. I don't know if there's leaking. Something probably was leaking. I have no idea. I know that I didn't see any smoke. But she said, oh, New York is a no-fault state, and we don't come out for those types of accidents anymore. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? So how do you file a police report? So I go to this man's car. I'm yelling at him because I'm like, you didn't see the red light. Da, da, da. And he's telling me, oh, no, the light was green. I said, sir, you did not have the green light. I had the green light. So that's another thing. It's like the police don't come out to assess the situation. So it's his word against my word. He's telling me, but he knew he was wrong because I told him, give me your insurance. Give me your license, right? He didn't put up no fight. Oh, he gave me, oh no, I had the light. It was green. But he knew he was wrong. And he had his wife in the car. I guess it was his wife or it was a woman in the car. And she didn't say the light was green. She was just saying, oh, I'm sorry. We're sorry. So why are you sorry if you had the light, right? But my thing is this. So I get the guy's information. His license is different. The name on his license is different from the name on the insurance. I take a picture of his license plate, and I take a picture of the front of his car where he hit me. He barely had a scratch. Meanwhile, my car is severely damaged, and I don't know what to do next. After everything was said and done, I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't get his phone number, right? Hopefully that was his license. I don't even know. I really don't know. In the moment, you need somebody there as a mediator to take all of the information. I'm upset. He was in the wrong, so he could have ran. Honestly, because there's nobody there. It's just me. I'm over here. So I pull up behind him. He did pull over, thank God. But I'm like, what is going on with New York City? What is really going on in New York City? So I'm thinking, is this because of defund the police? That stupid Black Lives Matter thing with the defund the police, they don't work anymore. And so later on that day, I was like, you know what? I feel like I need a police report. Especially when I saw that his name was different from the license, the insurance. I feel like I need a police report. I'm like, what if this guy doesn't really have insurance? What if, all these what ifs was going through my head. So I go to the police department. They sitting back, kicking it, talking nonsense, doing nothing. And so I say, well, I want to file a police report. I told them that I called an accident earlier that day, and I wanted to file a police report. The police were like, oh, you don't need a report. I said, sir, maybe I don't need a report, but I feel like I want a report. I want a police report. Because if, God forbid, somewhere down the line, and I need to sue this man, I want to make sure that I have all the documentation that I need. I said his license, his driver's license was different. The name on the driver's license was different from the name on the insurance card. And I want to cover my behind. I don't know what I'm up against. So, the police, he one thing he did do, he was like, all right, do you have the license plate number? He ran the license plate number. He confirmed that the license plate was registered and insured by the insurance that he told me. But it seems as if the person that hit me was maybe a friend of the insurer. So that wasn't his car. It wasn't his insurance. He was driving somebody else's car under their insurance. So that was one thing. And you know what the police did? Again, what is going on with the police? They gave me a blank, because I would not leave without getting a police report. They said they do not fill out police reports, and they gave me a blank report. The police told me, take this blank, I wish I had it with me. Take the blank report, fill it out at home. Fill it out at home and send it to your insurance company. What is going on with New York City, guys? I don't know. But if you live in New York, please tell me if you're experiencing, New York. It's crazy. The police are, honestly, they're doing nothing. I think it's the defunded police thing that happened. I don't know. And now I'm hearing that New York, if you're married, you can cheat on your spouse. And I never knew that it was against the law. I never knew that was a New York City law to cheat. Like you were breaking the law if you cheated on your spouse. I never knew that. But now they've overturned that. Now you can cheat on your spouse. It's not illegal. And New York City is batting 1,000 here. It's batting 1,000. I don't know. We pay all these taxes. New York is a very expensive state. I live in the city. We pay taxes for protection. And I feel as if us, the civilians, the residents of New York, are here to fend for ourselves. Like, we have no support. We have nobody to help us in a time of need, in a time of trouble. What is going on with New York City? Please comment down below and let me know if you haven't, what are your experiences living in New York City? I mean, the buses are crazy. People don't pay their fares. That has nothing to do with, but you know what? And honestly, I don't take the bus, but now I may have to because I don't have a car. But people that don't pay their fare, I used to wonder why. Like, why don't they pay their fare? That's just so disrespectful. But now I'm saying, we pay all of these taxes. We pay all of this money. Not only do we pay the taxes, we're paying to travel. We're paying, the buses, the trains. They're putting a toll booths to go from uptown to downtown. New York is like one of the most expensive states to come into. And we pay and pay and pay and pay and pay. But what are we getting in return? What are we really getting? The trains are not safe. So we're paying this fare to ride the subways that is very unsafe. Every day somebody's getting beat up or killed on the subway. Every single day. We have a mayor and his administration that has been indicted, and the feds have, confiscated their phones and raided their homes, and I just don't get it. We're turning into Gotham City. Every day I look for the Joker, and is Batman coming to save us? That's what I need to know. Who's coming to save us? Because New York is going downhill. The downfall of New York, unless something changes dramatically. One thing I'm happy about is that since Trump has been into office, right? First, the migrants, and I think, God forgive me if I'm wrong. Forgive me for saying this if I'm wrong. But I think the person that hit me was a migrant. And now Mayor Adams is taking away all the migrant money. He was paying these people $350 a week. New York City, giving them housing. They raped somebody in one of my park that I go to all the time, in Casino Park. They raped a little girl, a migrant raped a little girl in Casino Park. New York City is just full of nonsense. It's full of corruption. It's full of nobody doing it. Nobody wants to work. They don't want to do their jobs. It's here. Do it yourself. I've never seen a police give a person a blank police report and tell them to fill it out themselves at home. That took the cake for me. That took the ultimate cake for me. There's so much going on in New York City. The rent is expensive. Everything is sky high. Travel, food, taxes, but yet we get nothing in return. It's like we're trapped here. And I don't like it. Something in New York City has to change. Me being a resident of New York City all my life, I've lived in Florida a couple times for collectively no more than 3 years at the most. All my life, I was born and raised in New York. And I've never seen anything like this before in my life. New York, you need to do better. Alright guys, that's my video. Please comment down below if you know anything about New York. Tell me your experiences. I don't know. We need to do something to change New York around. To make New York, forget about make America great again. Let's make New York great again. New York has always had a bad rap, but it's getting worse. And we need help here. We need some help. And it starts from the top. It definitely does. The officials in New York need to do better. And so that they can do better by their residents. Please leave me a comment down below. Subscribe to my channel. Like this video. And share it with your friends. Share it with people that you know that live in New York. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace, love, and light.